Hey guys, Jake Rogers here. I just wanted to tell you guys a little story about how my wife and I went from being $75,000 in debt to owning our home outright, um, and kind of like our adventure moving forward to being landlords and eventually being financially free. Um, so, about 4 or 5 years ago, we bought a house for about $50,000. I think by the time it was all done, it was about 54. With realtor fees and such. So we bought that. We bought that zero down, actually, and it was like a rural development loan. So we bought that and had that for about 3 years. It was actually in a pretty good condition. There wasn't a whole lot wrong with it. It was just outdated. The floors were all wood floors, but they needed refinished bad. The upstairs was just like no carpet. There was one room I think that did have carpet, and it was disgusting. It was just, they probably had dogs in there or something, and they just peed all over the floor. It was gross. But we ended up tearing all that out. Ended up recarpeting the upstairs, and refinishing the floor downstairs. And beyond that, there wasn't really much we did. We just kind of lived there, and a few years went by, and the market kind of just went up. So we ended up having our house appraised, and it appraised for about 110,000. And so we ended up selling it for right about 112. By the time it was all done, we had an offer a little higher than what we had listed it for. We probably could have listed it for more, really. But we sold it for about 112. And by the time the realtor fees kind of went through, we made about 47,000 on it. And then after that, we decided, this is crazy. We have the opportunity. We could buy a home for cash, for just so we looked around, and we ended up finding something for 30,000. And what we ended up doing was I had a property loan. I had my son's adoption loan. So we ended up paying both of those off too with the money from our house selling. Then we bought this house down the road, only a couple blocks down the road, for 30. And that was a duplex, and that's where I'm at right now. This is a 4-bedroom side. We're living on the other side. It's a 1-bedroom, and that side is, move-in ready. It was good to go when we moved here, but this side was just disastrous. It was lath and plaster over everything, no insulation in any of the walls. So we ended up tearing everything out. We're going to basically, put insulation in, new wiring, drywall. We had redid the roof this past spring. And then, with the money that I'm, making at work, and the not having a mortgage, we're able to save a ton. Our expenses are like $700 a month. It's crazy. They went from like, we had all those other loans. I was shelling out $3,000 a month just in bills. But all those are gone now. All we have here is taxes, insurance. So yeah, things are just like looking really good. And so basically, we're gonna fix this up, and we're gonna rent this site out probably for around $1,000 a month, maybe 900. We'll see. It doesn't really matter too much. It's like, because we're debt free, and the other side will be able to rent out for probably about $500 to $600 a month. So by the time that's done, we'll move out of here. I don't know. We'll probably honestly live in our camper for a while and just save tons of money while we're renting these places out, and I'm working my job. And the goal is, right now we have $30,000 in the bank, and our goal is, by the end of, we're in the winter right now, by the end of the winter we want to buy another house and want to have this all done so that people can be renting it out. So we're going to do that. Hopefully we'll buy another house beginning of summer, end of spring. And then we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna fix that up, or anything that it needs. We're just gonna buy cheap, buy the ugliest house on the lot, and fix up, rent it out. Hopefully get anywhere from $700 to $1,000 a month for it, And then we're just going to move on to the next one, move on to the next one, move on to the next one. So the amazing part about this is that we're doing it all debt free. I mean, there's no like, you know, oh, we're not refinancing anything. We're not dealing with like banks. Nothing complicated. It's simple. It's just, you know, live below your means now so that later on you can, you know, I'm going to give a Dave Ramsey speech here, you know, live now like no one else so that someday you can live and give like no one else. So that's what we're doing right now. And we're, you know, our goal is within the next 4 years to own 4 houses with no mortgages. And then, you know, we're going to be just cash flowing like crazy. You know, our ultimate goal is that I'll be able to quit my job and we'll just be able to continue to do this. Eventually we want to build our own house. And I think it's totally, like, it's possible. It'll happen. It's going to happen. You know, we're probably going to be millionaires someday. And so I just wanted to share that. It was just it's something I've been thinking about a lot, and just been kind of, you know, I've been thinking about it and just like, man, this is crazy. Like, this will be awesome. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. If you guys have any tips for me, anything that I can do, we really want to do everything just with cash. We don't really want to take any loans out. That's not part of our plan. But I mean, I'm always open to hearing new things, different ways to let your money work for you instead of working for your money. Yeah, drop it in the comments. Let me know. Tell me about your stories. I'd like to hear more about how you were able to progress with cash and not taking money out of the bank and using the bank's money necessarily, and just doing things simple. It'd be awesome. Thanks, you guys.